hit record right here as well, and then I will go over here and start on this end as well. And there we go. So 3, 2, and 1. I guess first things first, of course, name and title.
Mike Wiza, I'm the mayor of the city of Stevens Point.
All right, so Mike, give us an idea of where we are right now after the decision last night from the Portage County Board regarding the possibility of a new government services center for the county.
Well, the vote last night was favorable to what I believe is common sense. We had 3 courtrooms basically filled with people, most of which had concerns about not only the cost, but the greenfield site, taking property off the tax roll, losing that revenue in perpetuity, when all of the infrastructure, the planning that the county has done on its own already really led to a downtown site with about 14 acres in the downtown complex that could be utilized for the new facility. Now, there is some things that are left to be desired out of the current downtown master plan. They're literally tearing down the annex and making it green space or flat space, not repurposing the building. So I think there's some efficiencies that could be made there, but that's going to be a county decision. The city has always tried to be a cooperative partner, providing as much accurate information as we possibly can. I know there were some comments last night about the current jail being in a floodplain. That's not true. Parking downtown within 2 blocks of the proposed site, there's more than 400 on-street parking spots and parking lot spots. And quite frankly, I think the original estimate for the downtown site was around $165 million, which is less than they were asking for on the Greenfield site. More importantly, the economic impact of having a facility in close proximity to the city in a downtown core location serves the most people. Yes, the population of Portage County is about 72,000, the city being only roughly 26,000 of that. However, during the day, when the courthouse is open and people use the services, the population of the city increases to about 50,000, with people coming in for their jobs and coming in for school. So you're literally serving the most people during the day by having it in a central location. It's easily accessible in the downtown site for those who may have transportation issues. Obviously, some of the people that use the courtrooms or courts may have lost their license or not had the ability to drive themselves somewhere. Being in a downtown location, you can go to your day reporting or your Justice Works programming or any of the other programming that is available in the downtown area. So I think this is a perfect opportunity if what most of the county board is saying is true, that the need for this facility is critical. And I couldn't agree more. Back when I was on county board ending in 2015, the need was critical. And we had a resolution to build the courthouse and jail and to build it in the downtown facility. We acquired land as a county. We bought the old Weber Tackle building, which is 1039 Ellis Street, specifically for that downtown campus. And here we are 8 years later, and I don't think we're any further along. But last night's vote to not fund the Greenfield location, I think was a good one. We weren't quite sure. Nobody knew where it was going to be going, how much it was going to actually cost, because we didn't have accurate numbers. Those variables are pretty significant and should be answered before you make a $180 million decision.
And that's my next question, Mayor,
Sure.
Actually, because you had you stood up there, not I don't think necessarily as the mayor of Stevens Point, but as a taxpaying resident of Portage County, and kind of made a profound statement saying, hey, give me your money because I'm going to do something with it that'll make you happy, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. So I think a lot of people were behind you on that thinking.
Well, government is always extremely complicated. And I think this one was effectively laying the cards out on the table, but not telling you what game you're playing. They didn't have a site proposed. Therefore, you can't have accurate construction costs. You can't have accurate utility costs. You can't have accurate infrastructure costs. And since you don't know what it's going to look like, you don't even know what your operational costs are going to be. Yet the county board was asked to approve this number, which may have been sufficient to do everything, but you don't know what you're getting for that. I think the proper way forward, and I've tried to reach out to County Executive Pavelski this morning already to see if we can't rekindle those discussions where the city is more of a partner with this facility, because after all, we are about 1/3 of the population of the county in the city here. And it should be something that benefits the most residents of Portage County.
Yeah, so I guess that's you saying, yeah, we are still willing to come to the table and negotiate on this because it's that important, right?
Absolutely. And I'm not even sure negotiate is the word I would use. We're partners. We have the same goal. I agree 100% that a new facility is needed. But I also believe pretty strongly on that location should be what the county's been actually planning on for the better part of a decade, and that is a downtown location. They already have the annex building, which isn't that old. It doesn't make sense to me to tear it down. The venture plan from 2014, 2015 actually incorporated that building into the new design. We acquired property as a county, 1039 Ellis, specifically for a downtown campus. And our director, Ryan Kronosky, while he's not a design engineer, put together a simple plan that actually functions more efficiently, we believe, than what was originally presented to the county board for the downtown site.
Right, right. And I know you said one of the things you said is you'd like to feel more like a partner. You'd like them to ask, get more input from the city. Are there any other changes that you would like to see made before funding would get approved?
Well, again, the need is there. I think the design of the initial proposal for the downtown master plan has some inefficiencies to it. I think we could look at again where the layout is and how it functions. But as I said early on, the city wants to be a partner in this. This affects us as much as it does any other county resident. And to make something that is functional, efficient, and has a lifespan of more than a couple of decades is important to us. If we're going to do this project, it's arguably going to be the largest project that we see in a generation. We need to make sure that it's done correctly. And I think we can do that with some tweaks.
I didn't have too much more, Michael. If you had any further questions.
No, I think I'm good as well. So yeah, Mr. Wiza,
let me go one more step, because next Tuesday, the County Space and Properties Committee is entertaining a resolution to approve the master plan at the downtown site. They have a couple of options. They could postpone action and kill it. I don't think that's very prudent, because we all agree that something needs to be done. But I think the most effective way forward is to approve the downtown plan with some tweaks to make it a little bit more efficient. Again, tearing down the current annex building, I don't think is necessary, but maybe it is. I can guarantee you that a parking ramp isn't necessary. So there are some modifications there that will significantly reduce the cost of the downtown plan. Let's just all get to the table and make this thing work.
and then I guess one more thing quick. You said, or there was a lot of discussion last night about how a lot of people didn't know this was even going on, or, maybe they felt like this wasn't being put out in the daylight enough or transparent enough. What do you think that people should do to make sure they educate themselves on this issue, so that way the board can ultimately come to the best informed decision?
Sure, that's always a tough one because we get those concerns sometimes in the city as well. Even though we have a website and a TV station and a radio station, we publish our agendas in the newspaper on our website. You can sign up for push notifications. Excuse me. It's always difficult to know what people want to know. So the goal would be to get it out there as much as possible. I know there have been public meetings in regards to this Justice Center, again, for the better part of a decade. And as things progress, we try and have as many meetings as we can in regards to that. So I would say, if you haven't heard about this yet, reach out to your county board supervisor. There's some information on the county website, or contact your county board chair, your county executive. They can give you answers as well. I can give you one perspective, and I suppose it's a little more than one perspective, because I used to serve on county board as well during at least one of the big iterations of the Justice Center that ended in 2015. So I can help answer some of those questions too, but reach out, try and get involved, attend the meetings. There is a meeting next Tuesday, the 9th at 3:30 in the county annex, conference rooms 1 and 2. That's where Space and Properties, a committee of 5 or 6 people, is going to be considering that resolution supporting the downtown site and the downtown master plan. Now, I'm in favor and supportive of the site, but I think the plan needs some tweaking before it's ready to present. And I think the end result, this is a perfect opportunity to make sure basically everyone gets what they need and benefit most of the residents of Portage County.
So this downtown site that you're gonna consider next Tuesday, then would that be a master plan that includes the county services, the administration, Justice Center, all that stuff downtown?
Yes. So if you look, the current Tegra plan has a layout of the downtown site. That's what they're being asked to consider, the location and that concept plan. But I think the concept plan needs a little bit more work, because it's not designed as efficiently as I think it could be. And I'm not an architect. I'm just a user. So I'd like to see us all get back to the table and see if we can't tweak that downtown master plan to not only save money, but make things safe and efficient and well functioning.
All right. Anything else, Nick, came up there?
No, sir.
All right. Oh, all right. Anything else then you want to touch on, Mr. Wiza?
I think we're covered. If anybody has questions about where I stand or where I believe the city stands, feel free to contact my office. But yeah, that's it. We'll see you next Tuesday.
All right. Awesome. I will stop.